The Sennheiser CX 400BT, now at a reduced price of under $100, has become a real contender for the best sounding budget mid-range earbud. If you're new to the channel, I do reviews of true wireless earbuds and headphones, and I'm aiming to bring you my honest and unfiltered opinion and give you the information you need if you're considering picking up a pair of earbuds. Please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. I'm very excited to bring you my verdict on these. Here we've got a really fantastic high-end product coming in at a consumer-friendly price, and these are going to be a pair that really do warrant your strong consideration if you're currently in the market for a pair of great sounding true wireless earbuds. Let's get into it. So it's fair to say that the premium experience starts right from the packaging there, and you know it's a really nicely presented package. It's got that kind of high-end feel to it. Once you get inside the box there, everything you expect is there. Your paperwork, you've got your USB-C charging cable, you've got a series of interchangeable tips. Once again, I've gone for the SpinFit 360 on these. I found those to be the pair that gave me the best comfort and the best seal for a great sound quality. There is a link in the description if you want to have a look at picking a pair of those up. But the tips also provided a good seal for me. I was just able to achieve that extra level of comfort with the SpinFits. Now, looking at the specs then on these, so despite the fact they were released in the back end of 2020, we've still got Bluetooth 5.1, we've got USB-C, like I said. These are running a 7mm dynamic driver. We've got touch controls on the buds, we've got app support with a Sennheiser Smart Control app. We've got 20 hours of battery in total, 7 on the buds. And we've got aptX, AAC and SBC as the connection codecs. So really good feature set. Couple of drawbacks I'm just going to mention up front. Firstly, no dual connect here, so you can only use the right bud independently. This wasn't a deal breaker for me. If I do use a single bud, I normally use the right one anyway. But that might be important for some people if you like to swap those out and sort of interchange those throughout the day. Secondly, no IPX waterproof rating here, so you need to consider this if you're looking for a pair that you're going to be doing activity and sport with. You don't want to be taking these out in the rain. They're not going to withstand any sort of splashes or water in that sense, so just something to bear in mind there. The only other thing you might have expected to see, certainly at the original price point that was nearer to 200, is wireless charging. So no wireless charging at all. Again, not a deal breaker personally, but it's something that I would have liked to see really on a product of this caliber. Now, talking a little bit more about the feel of this product. So looking at the charging case there, so it's actually really quite compact. It's a little bit kind of chunky in the design, but in terms of the size of it, it's really pocketable. It's not a bad size at all. I think the buds themselves, again, they're on the chunkier side. I find, I've got larger ears, but I find that for pairs like this, they fit really nicely. They sort of almost just rest nicely in the ear because of the size of them. I've not experienced, certainly with the SpinFits installed on, I've not experienced any sort of discomfort after longer listening sessions. I did find with the original tips that I just got a slight bit of discomfort after about an hour. But, again, that's a very personal thing. That's my experience with my ears. So all in all, they're really light, actually, the buds themselves. So it's a little bit chunky, but lighter than you'd imagine when you look at them. And for anyone who owns the Soundpeats T2 or the Lypertek Soundfree S20, really similar. These are actually lighter than both of those, so that's a guide for anyone who's already got those. These are going to be fine. So we're going to talk about the Sennheiser Smart Control app. The app is excellent, really well done. Not overcomplicated, really sort of straightforward to use. And this is where the product starts to kind of pull away from some of the competition at this price point now. So just having a look there, you've got a customizable EQ, which is set over 3 bands. Your sort of your low end, your mid range, and your highs. Some other brands EQ apps do have sort of 6 or 8 bands, so it's not the most comprehensive EQ, but to be honest, it does the job. You can save multiple presets. You can see there, you can either do it by the visual band or the sliders. It's much easier to use the sliders in my opinion, but it does the job. And the sound out of the box I'll talk about, but you've got full control there to customize that to your own personal taste. There's also some additional settings there that you can tweak, and this includes the ability to fully customize the touch controls, which you have control over everything on these. And you can go in and update the firmware on the buds as well to ensure that you've got the latest version. Talking quickly about call quality, so we're going to go over to a sample now for the call quality on these buds. I think it does a really good job, but you can be the judge of that down in the comments section. This is a call quality test, the Sennheiser CX 400BT in a quiet environment. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is a call quality test with the Sennheiser CX 400BT in a semi-noisy environment. So there's some background noise playing there, so this will give you an idea how you would sound on a call in a noisy environment. Now finally getting to sound quality then, so as I referred to, the sound out of the box then is fairly balanced overall. It's quite a balanced sound you get in. It is a sort of Sennheiser signature. For me, I was satisfied with the sound out of the box, but straight away I went in and just kind of tweaked that more to my personal taste. So the bass got a boost for me, a little boost in the high range as well, and a subtle one in the mids. So the sound quality on these is outstanding. It's just excellent sound quality. The way these are tuned are just amazing. The details that you get in, I mean, this is the sort of pair where you're going to pick up little subtle elements of songs that you've probably never heard before. The richness in both the kind of lower end and the mid range is really noticeable. The step up from some of the competitors that I've reviewed recently is it's noticeable. Everything sounds good on these, so a lot of my preferences are around electronic dance music, around indie and rock, and some classic pop as well. You can check out my playlist on Apple Music and Spotify. There's a link in the description box to see exactly what I'm using to test these buds. But absolutely impressive across the board. And what it comes down to with these buds is the size of that soundstage. So the separation of the instrumentation in songs and that feeling and sense of space that you get with these buds. So for example, in R.E.M. song Find the River, Michael Stipe's vocals, the right front and centre in the mix. And the soundstage is really wide. You can hear where the different instruments are coming from. That separation and differentiation between different parts of the mix comes through really cleanly, really clearly. And overall, it's just a really pleasing sound. And this is something that many of the competitors that I mention in this review just cannot match up to. This is the true Sennheiser quality we're getting here. Many of you will be aware that Sennheiser have recently released the CX earbuds, which essentially are an upgraded version of this pair. Unfortunately, I don't have those, and this isn't a comparison video. But if you look at other reviews on YouTube and online and look at the specs, really, it's clear that if you're willing to live without dual connect on the buds, if you don't need an IPX waterproof rating, and you're happy with the way they look, because there's a subtle design difference in the color scheme there with the CX. These for me seem like the best pair, to go with, to save that bit of extra cash. However, I've not listened to the CX, so I'm not able to make a judgment on that. Maybe that's something I can do in the future. In terms of other comparisons, Soundpeats H1 was my previous kind of best sounding earbud, and I've done a video on my top 5 under 100 before this Sennheiser pair came in, and these are better than those. These are better than all of those buds on that list. So we're talking, this is where we're at, guys. We're talking, this is the next level now. We're still under that 100 price bracket, but we're talking premium, we're talking high quality. With a couple of tweaks, if we had wireless charging, if we had dual connect, if we had waterproof rating, these would be absolutely unbelievable. They're absolutely great as it is, but for some people that will be enough to stop you buying them. For me, I prioritise the sound quality over everything. I've got other pairs that I can use, in rain, other pairs that I can, take on activities, whatever. These are amazing. So, really strong recommendation. These are a big player now in the sort of under 100 bracket. With that said, thank you for watching as always. Please do take a few minutes to have a look at some of my other recent videos. If you want to come down $30-40, then the under 100 list has got something for you on there. Soundpeats H1 is still amazing, so take a look, take a click on some of those. Please do consider subscribing to the channel, because there's going to be more videos coming soon. And if you want to support the channel, subscribing is the biggest way you can do that, and hitting the like button on my videos if you found them helpful. That would be such a big help. As always, thanks again for watching. See you on the next one.